Welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to be reviewing fire spells from Iron Spells and Spellbooks. For armor we'll be using for the Iron Spells Spellbooks armor set is Pyromancer armor, which gives a buff to fire damage and max. So it looks pretty cool. I personally like this armor set because the gold works well with a fire. The first spell we'll be using is Blaze Storm. Press it. In a straight line, it launches a bunch of fireballs straight forward. The next spell is Burning Dash. When you use Burning Dash, the direction you're looking at, you get launched in that direction. And the effect is that whatever you hit, it gives fire to it. Just spam it. Does some good damage, sets them on fire. And the higher the level, the more range and damage. The next spell is Fireball. When you use Fireball, a long cast, you throw a big ball of just fire. Really big, much bigger than yours. Big AoE and a good amount of damage. Higher enough, more damage, obviously. The next spell is Fireball. The Fireball is a quick cast spell where when you use its instant spell, it just launches a ball of fire. It's really cool. The next spell is Fire Breath. When you go to next to an enemy, you use Fire Breath. It's a curve of obviously, and sets them on fire. The next spell is Magma Bomb. When you use Magma Bomb, it's a long cast, and you throw a big fireball that leaves an area of effect. Really big area. It's perfect for AoE. Look at that. Look at that space. That's so much. The next spell is Wall of Fire. When you use Wall of Fire, it does one cast. You have to choose another area and choose one wall. And the walls of fire will come in between that area. The 3 points you chose in order. Obviously, it sets them on fire, and it's really good for like saving yourself in a tight situation. The next spell is Heat Surge. When you use Heat Surge, it's a big shockwave effect that sets your opponents on fire. Gives them the rend effect, which decreases their armor just by a bit. And to make sure the higher the level, the more bigger and stronger the effect is. The next spell is Flaming Strike. When you use Flaming Strike, you have to be next to an enemy, and when you use it, it's a big strike of fire. So here, I'll show you what it looks like. Big, like, arc of fire. Does a lot of damage. The next spell is Scorch. You have to look in an area on the floor. Cast. It leaves a big AoE, and there's a little explosion at first of fire, and then it leaves this AoE for a long time. The next spell is Flaming Barrage. When you use Flaming Barrage, you have to look at the target you're looking at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's one of the ways you can use it. Another way you can use this spell is by looking in one direction and turning your mouse in different directions. It follows your cursor's like overall movement and tries to move it anywhere like that. The next spell is Fire Arrow. When you use Fire Arrow, pull back the arrow and you throw it. Like that. Just pure fire, big explosion, good damage. The final spell is Raise Hell. Long cast, big AoE attack, sets them on fire, shakes the ground, good damage. Things has a long cooldown. Overall, for my rating of fire spells, I'm gonna put fire spells at number 6. The spells are really powerful. Things there's no convenience in most of them. Some of them, like Magma Bomb, could be very useful AoE. Rest of them just sound fire, very basic and simple. Anyways, that was my video, and I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.